Hello and welcome, everyone. If you're here, you probably know why. Yes, so a massive arrival today. Not the simplest one. An object record that was announced. I think it was back in July. I mean, it was announced a little earlier. Obviously, it was announced last year, and it's been in the making for 12 years or so. And basically, it went up for sale in July. And they were pretty open about it back then, the publisher, that this would only ship in late September. And then it was delayed a little bit. But as you can see, it's not too bad, especially considering that having this shipped from where it was produced, France, directly to Sweden was pretty costly until I found a friend, my friend France Bizarre, who I had this shipped to for very reasonable French local French shipping. And then he has his own way, so he shipped it to me, and it arrived today. Yeah, record unboxings. That's not usually what you expect, huh? Let's see. So yeah, I didn't cheat. I'm literally gonna open here. So if open it here now. So if he sent something extra that I shouldn't show, well, that's too bad for me. And he is the master packer. Like, his packagings are always, like, I would say overdone, but I'll be happy when something bad happens. So yeah, tons of plastic. Oh, yeah, some stuff that wasn't, that is not what you're here for, but still pretty nice. And it's in theme since, yeah, this is a book. David B., his latest graphic novel. Looking forward to that very much. But you're not here for that. So yeah, Babs Santini, aka Steven Stapleton, when he's doing artwork rather than music. Nurse whose wound. And here it is. That's quite something. And I understand why my friend Florian packed this that well, since this weighs, I don't know, over 4 kilos for sure. Probably closer to 5. And what we have in this is the Formless Irregular, a monograph of Steve Stapleton's artwork throughout his career since the early 80s, I would assume, maybe even late 70s, since, as I was explaining in the description of the video, yeah, he started by studying art. He went to art school when he was 16, and that didn't pan out, but he did get to work within arts for others and quite rapidly for himself. And I would say that, considering the nature of the music of the very first Nurse Whose Wound album from 1979, the fact that he sold it out, the 500 copies, instantly, almost within a week, like 100 copies in the Virgin Megastore in London, and elsewhere, was probably due to the very striking artwork of the cover. I have it somewhere here. Sorry, I didn't prepare. That was not the goal. But yes. So the thing is that this came obviously with this heavy, heavy book. That yeah, here's the original artwork of the very first album, which was not released like that. You can see a little bit of brown here on the cover. The original release didn't have, like, it was black and white. I think it was a reissue from like 10 years ago, 10 no, maybe more, 12 years ago, on Rotol Relief, where you for the first time had the original artwork as it was intended. Well, now I have it in the book, and this will be fun. But yeah, a book. Am I doing a video just to show you a book? Maybe. But it also came with a 10-inch. They did, I think the total pressing of that book was 800 copies, out of which 250 were a limited edition featuring an additional 10-inch of two unreleased Nurse with Wound tracks, and that sold out in just a few hours. But then there was also a collector's edition, which they did 40 copies of, only 30 available for sale, at a price not disclosed before the sale was up on a Saturday afternoon at noon here local time, or in mid-July. So as someone who's bought some of these very limited editions of Nurse Susan before, I was kind of ready for what to expect in terms of pricing. And even if it didn't reach a four-figure price mark, it wasn't that far away. Because what the collector's edition featured is an original artwork collage. So there were 30 available, and you could choose from each of the 30 available, as they were still available, because that day was probably a nightmare for a lot of people, a fun nightmare if you are perseverant, as the site was crashing down all the freaking time. So basically at noon, these started to pop up one at a time. And as you try to put them in your cart, online cart, the site crashed. Sometimes you would manage to put them in the cart, and to select one first, and then to go to the cart, and then to go to the checkout, and that would also trigger the site to crash down. And wow, this is pretty nice. I don't know if you can see the texture here. So this is a mixed media painting and collage. And what's quite extraordinary with this edition, here you get, I just discovered this with you, like a sort of, how do you call it? Well, you can see the every single piece of artwork he did for that, the 40. And here it comes, signed by him. I already own a bunch of records from Stapleton featuring original art, unique art, custom-made, customized covers and stuff like that. So what's quite special with this is that it also came with a 10-inch of unreleased music. But I've never seen that before. So you get in this very nice, also custom-made collage jacket for the 10-inch. Archive correlation with color assemblage. That's exactly what it is. So you get this original piece of artwork by an artist who's been a mainstay in the avant-garde experimental surreal scene in music for 46 years, who's done work for many great artists, including stealthily Pink Floyd, but that's almost like a joke in a way, even if it's true. But yeah, okay, a piece of artwork. But here, like I showed you the jacket for the record. Look at that. A unique track. Each of these 40 different copies of the collector's edition are unique. They have a track that will only be featured one time on one piece of medium. This one, I've never heard this track, and no one else has apart from Steve and his friends, I assume. I mean, this is already pretty unique, and I love how it kind of fucks with the collector's mind. Now, unless you would be the person who would manage to get all 30 copies, plus the 10 copies that were reserved for Steven and his friends and collaborators, you can't own a full discography of Nurse's Wound. That's impossible. So already that, as a sort of cheeky anti-capitalistic move on his very capitalistic system, he's been selling art editions at a very high price, but is it that high? But that's the next point. Before that, sure, a unique piece of music on a one-of-a-kind record by an artist you love, that's already pretty cool. But you can imagine the process already. It doesn't make it's not completely abstract, and it comes with this. So how do you know this record matches this? Yes, this is a picture disc, a unique picture disc with the artwork that you got the original of. How insane is that? So I was pretty happy with my choice. I was there early on, and I had identified 3 different artworks that I liked. Of course, you had to go as they popped up on the website. And eventually there was one that I would maybe have chosen over that one, but that's one of my top 4 artworks, and actually one of my top 2. So I'm over the moon to get this. And so this is mine, and I'm going to share it with you now a little bit, the music, so that you get an idea. Maybe, who knows? Maybe you'll hate it. Maybe I'll hate it. Let's be realistic. That's not going to happen. But let's just try to think about an artist, a celebrated artist, basically giving away a track to you for a high price. But what is high? You get an original piece of artwork by a celebrated artist and a unique track that is not just digital but on printed medium. I mean, now I just noticed I had forgotten to plug the cable. So until now you heard only me through the mic of the computer. Now you should get the music as good as it's possible. My favorite Nurse record is Creakiness. So I'm so happy to hear some cues to that here. Sort of a clunky, motoric, mechanical rhythm with quirks and fun. I mean, if you don't know Nurse with Wound, that's probably strange to you, but if you're already familiar with the artist and the band, wow. I don't know if anyone has uploaded any of their other 29 tracks, exclusive tracks from that collector's edition. But here you are, potentially the first track to publicly compare yours to. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is a laugh cut. To press this individually, to basically cut lacquers for 40 different records and have 2 stampers produced, galvanized, specifically for one-off, that's not economically possible. So I understand they went the laugh cut route. But I can hear it sounds really good. As someone who's been pressing records for a living for some time, I do prefer a pressed vinyl record to a laugh cut, but this is high quality laugh cut. And of course it comes with that new record, new book smell, but somehow hyper enhanced. I believe this artwork that is exclusive also to the box set is from a series that was used for the cover of a CD or exclusive from not that long ago. Steven's art has been evaluating throughout the years. You can see different periods. And now with his current wife, Sarah, who's also an accomplished artist and designer, you can see that there might be some influence from there as well. I mean, I describe this as a brick. I think it's way more heavy than a brick. This was released by Timeless Editions, French publisher who did a bunch of books about various aspects of Coil, which you will find very interesting if you manage to find them, since most of them are sold out, but not all. And the book is not signed, which is fun, since it leaves you some little quest to do. 533 pages. plus some. "17 chapters." There's quite some, a few short essays as well. And it opens with the most iconographic picture of Stephen. So again, hope you enjoy this. Sorry that I forgot for the first 10 minutes to have the cable directly plugged from the mic. From the mic is plugged to a sound card, as are the turntables, and then it should go into the computer. You had more of an ambiance sound. I hope it's fine. If you liked it, well, let us know. Leave us a little comment, a like, subscribe, because if you like this and you don't know the channel yet, I do live streams every Fridays and videos whenever I can, where we investigate music, maybe from a similar perspective as Stephen back in the late 70s, with the most open mind possible, but probably a little more even than Stephen back in the late 70s, mid 70s, since so much more has happened since then in music. And I'm sure there's a lot of news that he hates that we welcome here. So thank you for stopping by, and I hope to read you or to see you around somewhere soon on the channel. And until then, I'll let you enjoy the end of that track. A dubby, tribal dada cartoon from from somewhere where you might want to dwell a little bit. I certainly do. And as I was telling you about the limited edition featuring another 10-inch with different music, also exclusive to that 10-inch, if you're curious about that, tune in on Friday. We might be talking about that. I mean, that shipped box was pretty big, wasn't it? Bye bye, bye bye.